Welcome to a new unboxing video for Golden Core Records. And yeah, we have something new, of course, but this time this video is early enough, so it will be before the release date now on Friday the 18th of September. Of course, it depends on when you see this video. So I don't have a huge story about the new album from the French band Dygitals called God Save the King. In most cases of albums or new albums and reissues I've done for Golden Core, there was mostly some story around it, that I knew somebody or even played in a band or something like that. Here in this case it was the, yeah, let's say the regular way. There was a German agency telling me, hey, there's this French band looking for a deal, and of course since a few months I get emails like that nearly every day. On Facebook it's people sending, hey, check out my band and stuff like that. I really appreciate that. Even I'm very strict in when I a special style for Golden Core for the releases. It should all fit together, and the commercial sometimes says where cult metal has a home, and I want to keep that. So the Dygitals, it's a new album. It's not some underground stuff, but still, it's a band that is active since 1984. And what I really want to mention is that they were on a compilation LP called French Connection, and it was on Devil's Records. So people, collectors or fans of especially French heavy metal know this label, especially from bands like Vulcain. I remember a bad album on that, Morsure. But yeah, it's a cult label, and being in, I think, 85 on a label on Devil's Records is enough to have a story that proves that these guys are not just some young kids having a new band. So it's a band with a real history, and I won't tell this whole history here. What is really important is that they also were on a double CD on Axe Killer Records that was featuring the history of French heavy metal with bands like Trust, Satan, Jokers. I think they were all on this album, all these cult and bands and bigger names like Trust, for example. And of course the Dygitals were on that. The name of that album was, I think, Revolution Hard Rock. So as it was a French release, I guess it's Revolution Hard Rock or something like that. My French is really bad, so I'm pretty happy that these guys sing in English and I can understand them. Yeah, God Save the King is the new album of the band, and it looks really cool. It doesn't look French from the cover. And there is French metal usually you hear it when the singer is singing in French. So, but technically, of course, it is a band from France. So we open up this cool CD here, which I listened to before we decided to sign this band for this album. And that I listened again when I got the CDs yesterday in my car, and there was this good feeling, yes, this was a good decision to do that, because even this band has this history, and there is an old school factor in this band. It still is sounding bigger than just underground or what I love, new wave of British heavy metal or such a special style. They are beyond that, but not to a point where it is sounding constructed or commercial at all. So what you have is fast heavy metal. You have the typical traditional heavy metal. You even have some good time hard rock on that album, and some more mellow moments. So you have everything a good heavy metal album needs. And the cool thing is, when I heard it yesterday, I noticed again the production is as good as possible for a production that is natural. You know what I mean? You could blow it up with drum computer and stuff like that still, but this album sounds like like a very expensive major label product from the 80s, and I really was impressed again listening to that album. Even I did, when we decided to sign this band or not. So yeah, the decision was good. Here's our little advertisement that is in every CD now, which is really cool. So you know what's going on Golden Core. Yeah, and then we have a huge booklet for this CD. And I need to say thanks to the band and especially the singer. I read his name, I write his name, but I still have no clue if it's Hervé, that would be very English, or is Hervé, I would say in German. So he needs to tell me one day how I really pronounce his name well. And here he is. Here he is, yeah. Yeah, of course it's lyrics in that, and every page has some special design in the back, which fits to the lyrics. Another thing where I don't talk too much now, but from this title you can already imagine that there is some kind of story going on. Yeah, so we have individual photos of the musicians, a cool drummer on a cool drum set, yeah. Still lyrics, and then we have the band photo that was... I got another band photo first. This was when they were sitting in a kind of small restaurant, and I thought, okay, this band absolutely has no image, and I love that. It's just, it's five guys where you look at them and think, okay, I would like to have a beer with these guys. They look like they are cool dudes, and I guess they all are. So then we have this, and then we have some a little history of the band, and some more credits. We even have the complete discography here, so you can also see these two samplers, compilations that I mentioned on here. So we brought in a little history at least that shows that these bands are not youngsters, and you can hear that in the music because it's so well written. It's just a fascinating album that can be even for fans that go to festivals like Wacken. And at the same time, I could imagine this album out of a trunk on the campground on Keep It True Festival. I think you know what I mean with this. This is really an album that has more chances than some of the cult stuff we do. This is sometimes a big name in a part of the metal scene. These guys could be bigger. It will be hard these days. We all know the business had already problems before Corona. Now it's not getting really better, but I think everybody who is into hard rock, who is into heavy metal and will listen to this album will at least consider buying it. I'm pretty sure, because it's so good produced. And yeah, I think I said it all. This is the back of the CD where you can see some more live photos, and it all looks really good. I didn't have much to do with this, for this album. So the band came up with the cover and everything, all the graphics. So also with a complete finished production and everything. Also with 4 bonus tracks that were they were needed to be how do you say that, mastered, that it fits to the new tracks on this album. So that's 4 bonus tracks from earlier days that you need to check out. I was wondering because they were sounding a little more AOR in these tracks. Really good songs, but not as heavy as the main program here. So this is really... I was wondering where the cat is today. Here she is. Look, Dygitals for you. Digital. I guess she will love that album. I haven't played it to her yet, but I will. Yeah, I guess that's it. Release is September 18th, or if you watch it today or tomorrow, it still would be this Friday. So I'm happy that I had a video before the release date. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Cat is playing. I'm happy with this album that we had the chance to release it, so everything's cool. So see you next time.